Yeah.
Who was in that movie? Wasn't it John Travolta and
Christian Slater.
Christian Slater.
Christian Slater? That's the one I can never.
And Howie
What,
Long.
Broken Arrow?
Howie Long.
You all talking about Broken Arrow?
Yep. Welcome to the discussion.
What about the main character?
But who's talking? All I hear is y'all talking.
Oh, you turned your game off, so you could probably hear us now, huh?
Yeah.
No, I'm still playing the game.
It's like, like, what the shit are you playing, man?
I am smoking fucking Dark Wizards.
Oh,
Are you playing the Hogwarts game?
Yeah.
That's what it is.
I thought it was that not Call of Duty. What game have you been playing?
Hello Kitty Island Adventure.
Oh, okay, that one. I like that one. Oh,
It's
sorry,
relaxing.
Frosty.
All right, we're ready to kick off then.
Kick it. The little wizard fellow said it for everybody.
Exactly. All right, so welcome to part 2 of Operation Jericho. We've titled this Roundhouse. As you might remember, last time Argentina struck out with some of their new toys. They were able to destroy some of our Predator equipment, some EWR sites over the Falkland Islands, and some of our own equipment. And so we're not very happy about it. So what we're going to do today is we are going to do a quick turnaround from the last mission, and we're going to bring the rain this time, and we're going to show them just how quick we can bring this to their doorstep. All right, so basically it's same day. Well, I guess next morning you could say 5:45 in the morning. Just a slight wind from the north, fewer clouds than last time. Because of the time of day, you can expect to have case 1 if you are in the east, and if you're in the west, you're probably going to end up in case 3, just because it's still going to be dark on that side of the map. All right, so as far as primary mission objectives go, we're going to be doing a lot of strikes. So we're going to be destroying the runways. You need at least 2 500-pound bombs on the runway to consider it destroyed. We're going to do that to El Caliphate, Rio Turbio, Tolhun, and Ushia. There's also an EWR site that they've tried to reestablish in the western side of the country that we're going to take out as well. And then they're amassing a lot of army near Guanaco, and so we're going to hop across the border and eliminate those forces before they can build up too far. And then one of the last things we're going to do, we're going to show them how that we can reach out and touch someone from far away. We're going to escort a couple of B52s who have come down, and they are going to do a little, not a little strike, but they're going to do a strike with some air-launched cruise missiles on the base that launched the attack on the Falkland EWR last time. So if you have the ability, time, and ordnance, go ahead and also try to destroy the fuel depots that are marked at the above air bases. You can see that in the slides to come. And make sure you can destroy any air or any ground units or aircraft that you see at the air bases as well. So, it's good that we can disable their airfield, but if we can destroy the equipment there, that's even better. So in this, we've kind of changed the ROE to make it a little more clear. There's no Chinese aircraft in the air that we know of. So you're clear to engage and destroy any Argentine aircraft, which that should be the only ones you see in the air. That is unless, and I'm going to skip down to the bottom one, you overfly or come within 15 miles of the Chinese claimed islands at the tip of Argentina. If you do that, there will be Chinese aircraft in the air, and it's not going to be a fun time. Vapor's not here this week, so he's traditionally the one who kicks off World War III. So maybe we can avoid that. And you can destroy engage and destroy any ground units that cross the border into Chile. As far as like the army camp strike, for example, for Raven, they are still in Argentina, but we're going to strike them, of course. So, all right, any questions before we go any further?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got a few. The So we need 2 bombs on the runway minimum, right?
Yep.
Okay. Are there other areas of interest at those air bases that we will be required to hit?
Nothing at the air bases that you're required to hit, but definitely lots of good stuff around the base, that we would love to destroy if you can.
Okay.
So there's going to be things like AAA, supply vehicles, anything like that we wanted to eliminate.
Okay, cool. Good deal. Thank you.
Yep. All right. Here's our comms, same as last week. Extended comms for all of our support stuff. And here's the airborne units you might run into still. There's more HQ7s that have been deployed, so be on the lookout. All right, and then here's just kind of like the suggested tasking info for the night. And our weapon restrictions are still 1 precision guided weapon per pylon. Of course, that if you're doing something like APK, that is 1 pod per pylon instead. And no cluster munitions authorized yet. Like I said, we don't anticipate any Chinese units to be in the air during this mission, so unless you get a notification, you can assume that anything in the air is Argentinian. And as for the B52 Escort, the 2 B52s are going to be coming down from Barksdale. They're going to attack Rio Gallegos. They'll let you know when they've reached the check-in control point, and when you're ready, you'll just need to use the FT to give them the all clear, and they'll go ahead and proceed, and then just make sure that they're safe along their route. All right, same mods as last week.
Do we have an E3 in the east this week?
Yeah, it's a regular E3 this week.
Okay, cool. And that's 2515?
Should be, because that's what I have set to.
Cool.
I'll double check too, just to make sure, but yeah, we got rid of the wedge tail. It's actually parked at one of the air bases. If you're on the ground, you might see it. Doing some maintenance. All right, here's our overview. Looks pretty similar to last time. All right, if you're in the West AO, basically you can see El Caliphate up here. Mustang's gonna be starting down here. It's pretty much a similar hop to last week's mission. Just be on the lookout for anything up in the air. There's just what the runway looks like, so you can kind of see where it'll fit in. Okay. This is also for Mustang. This is Turbio. So this is where those attack helos that came across the border to Natalis came from last time. So if we get an opportunity, we're going to take those out. And also there's their fuel depots down here in the trees. All right, so if you are CUDA flight, that's the EWR location. It's up on kind of a little ridge up here. Punta Arenas, that's where you're going to be taking off from. The route isn't the straight line. There's just a point you that's where you're going to be going. So the route actually goes kind of along the edge of the border and then cuts in. And then here's our latest intel on that site. They did move a couple HQ7s there. Our main goal is to destroy the AWR itself and also the facility, the big building next to it. All right, this is Raven's going to be doing. So there's the army camp that's just across the border. So you can fly in. Guanaco is, like I said, it's a short airstrip with a bunch of support units there. So if you need to rearm, refuel, you can. Shouldn't have any issue. We've used it in other campaigns as well, so looks good. And then you can just take a short hop down to the other air base and attack that as well. All right, and this is one of the aerial photos you can see of the army camp and kind of what it looks like right now. So they got some tanks, they got some support units and things like that that have been building up. And I'm sure there's probably more than there is in this photo even. And then there's the other base. You can see the fuel depots are at the northern end of it. All right, and then if you're charger flight, there is a tanker out there that you can utilize if you need to. You're going to be flying in. Just make sure you don't, overfly or approach these islands down here. And then you're just going to take this route, kind of follow the water all the way into the air base. And this is kind of what it looks like from the air. It's kind of like on this peninsula out there. And we found all the MB339s that are involved in the strike last week that made it home. And their fuel depot is up there to the north side as well. And as you can see, there are some of their support cargo aircraft that are down there.
Quick question, Frosty.
Yep.
The tanker that's there, is that an MPRS?
It's a Viking, I believe.
Okay. No worries.
Do we have more than one tanker in the east?
We don't, but I can give you one.
I mean, I don't know, Hammer, probably your thought, but I don't know if it might be best to maybe kind of have another tanker close to the AWACS or something.
Yeah, I'd
It would
like
be-
to have one if it's available.
It's just so much, time saving than trying to fly back to the boat and get down
Yeah.
and get back up again.
Well, that,
I
I
can
mean,
give you one along that track.
yeah, that'd be great.
Well,
We're probably going to be
although-
pretty liberal with our gas if we need to intercept something. So it'd be good to be able to limp a plane home in an
I
emergency
was
if
gonna
we
say,
need to.
could it be a two-ship of tankers? Like, Vikings, and maybe have it a route that's, I don't know, in between like our waypoint route and the tankers, because I'm looking at, like, if we're flying all the way out to the attack point, and then you look where the AWACS route's going to be, that's going to be a pretty good chunk of distance trying just to refuel, I guess. That's the only problem I was seeing with it.
Yeah, I mean, I can give you that.
Cool. Good to me.
Okay. Outside of that, this is what their route looks like. So they're going to get down to this point. They're going to launch. You should see 4 to 6 outcomes come off each, and I believe that's something. I think that's how many I set it for. At least 3 or 4 are going to come off, depending on how they decide to attack AI wise. But yeah, there's that, and I think that's the last slide we have too. So any questions with the mission tonight, like what we need to do or anything else?
Yeah, for Raven, the army camp, we're destroying the buildings, the helipad, and the units. Is that everything there?
Yeah, for the army camp, you're just going to take out anything you can see. We're just wiping them off the face of the earth here.
Okay.
All right.
What are HQ7s?
HQ7s are Chinese, like really large bombers.
Is
Oh,
that
sorry,
supposed to have
that's the
EW?
HJ. The HQ7 are they're the other small SAM units. I was thinking the wrong thing. Sorry.
Are they IR or radar?
There's radar and there is optically guided as well.
I think it's more like a Tunguska, right? It uses the radar for tracking, but it doesn't, or for searching, but it doesn't track via radar. I think it's still IR guided, right?
There's 2 different kinds you can have, and there's both out here in this mission. So you
Gotcha.
can actually have ones that are electro-optical, and there's ones that are actually radar.
You got a range on them?
Like 5 miles.
5 miles?
They're not really that. Yeah, they're not that potent.
Sounds like some Mavericks.
I will say they're not that potent, but they're very surprising.
That is true.
Is the waypoint right on the facility?
Yep.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions? All right. If there's no other questions, go go ahead and end this, and we can split up. Let's just figure out how we want to split up the F-18s before we're done, before we go down to our flights.
Well, I'll
Yeah.
take the Mustangs.
I'll lead Charger.
That'll be Cuda.
I'll go with Charger.
I don't care. Just put me wherever.
Frosty, do you have a proposed TACAN and COM for the new tankers?
I'll add it to the briefing here in just a second once I get it put in.
Cool.
Thanks, Rusty. Right.
Alrighty.
Let me drag Red down here. I think that's all of us that we have this evening.
Yeah, I think only having one tanker for us, we would have sucked that thing dry in a heartbeat.
Yeah,
Probably.
I agree. Also, when you're on the tanker, be really cognizant of how much you're taking. I think it only has about 10 or 12,000 to spare.
I would probably say you'd be good at 5,000 each.
Yeah, try and take like 3 to 5. If you're on the way home, you can fly from the northest point all the way back to the carrier on 3,000, but you got to be high.
Yeah.
We did that flight and only burned 2,400 pounds last mission, but we were riding home at 38 to 42 the whole way.
And he's moving. He's moving the tanker, right?
He's making two
no.
more tankers
Oh,
in between
okay.
the AWACS and the attack point. I assume they'll
okay.
be out of harm's way, but still, it's.
I mean, that would have been. I mean, at the furthest gap between those 2 points, it would have been easily 100 miles to just fly and retank, and
Yep.
that wouldn't have been too great. So having them travel on our waypoint route, but in the middle, is pretty good.
Yep, agreed. I'm going to pull up the frag orders here. Just need to grab it off of the.
It's bad we could get like a KC-10 or something in there.
Okay. Everybody see now?
That AWACS is going to be pretty far from everything too, so I don't know. We might not have great visibility with it.
If it's an
Although
E3,
it is over an ocean, so.
Yeah.
If it's an E3, it's basically omnipotent. You don't have that same issue like you do with the Hawkeye, like 150 miles.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, keep in mind, from where he starts, 400 miles doesn't even get to feet dry, and it only gets us about 50 miles from the attack point, so we can't completely rely on it. I'm sure it has some sort of pathing that is.
I mean, it'll be
friendly-ish.
better than trying to use the boat by any means.
Absolutely, no question about that. We definitely are going to use the heck out of it. I would say, though, just never believe that it's a sign of omnipotence, right? You need to, within your flight, if you're just patrolling, you definitely want to have one of your guys doing a low scan and the other doing an all-purpose scan. So if you're flying with Jester, the two kind of cheater codes for this, low scan with Jester, assuming that you're hanging out at 36,000, which we should be to conserve gas, you want to set the radar elevation to 30,000 feet at 50 miles. That'll give you low scan all the way out to the mass limits of the radar. Sorry, let me catch that again. It's 50 at 15 is the rhyme. 50 at 15 or 30 miles at 10 is ultra low scan. If something really is lower, closer to you, then the 30 at 10, you're about to die to an ET. So don't be there. But if you've got one jet doing basically a RWS super scan with a level radar, and you've got the other jet in formation doing 50 at 15, you guys essentially have from about 30-ish miles out from the ground to 150,000 feet at 200 miles. Basically everything. Just keep those in mind if you're flying with Jester 50 at 15.
Although that being said, like your only threat tonight is going to be JF-17, which the
Agreed.
SD-10 is a pretty decent missile, but
yeah, they have an equivalent stick.
I don't think the AI is ever going to launch it more than 30 miles out, though.
Yeah, it is a surprising stick, and it's a stick that it will arrive. So if you both fire it at the same time, it's going to arrive before your missile arrives. So you got to be aggressive. We should be flying tonight with C Mark 60s. Give you your best opportunity if the fight goes downhill. It'll also cross the gap and at least get the other guy defensive sooner than the 47 will. And it also has the INS guidance and the basically the better chaff resistance. That's probably more important than ultimate range tonight.
But I'm assuming, can you zoom out a little, Hammer?
Sure. They're probably going to come from Rio Gallegos.
I was going to say Rio Grande. Weren't we seeing a lot of activity there last week?
Yeah, last time what we saw was basically one flight of Jeff's that was doing roughly this. And then there was another set that was doing roughly this. And then we also had one set that kind of came out and went back that was not patrolling, but just like did a loop. Yep. Those were kind of the three paths. It might be very well changed now, but you know, it could be either Grand or Gallegos. It's definitely going to be a harder intercept for them coming out of Grand. But that said, you know, either way, when we detect, we should push out and try and keep the engagement as far away from the bombers as possible. I don't know how far an AI is willing to toss a weapon at a not static target, but a target that's not changing its vector. You know, they may very well try to employ at 50 miles on a B52. So we want to be way out in front, not just like flying the guy's wing all the way.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of like the cruising speed and altitude of 52. I mean, I would say they should be at least, you know, trucking at 300 knots, you know,
yep.
35,000.
Probably, yeah. We'll find out as we get in, but I mean, we should be no lower than 36, at least while we're in the search mode. Jeffs do not have electro-optical systems, so they will be providing nails. Should be able to. That as an indicator.
What's the distance from the escort to attack waypoints?
160 miles.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, like, would it be better to try and tank on the way there in pairs just to keep fully topped off, or do you think we'd even be that low on fuel at that point?
I think let's put the second element to go and meet the tanker and take a little top off, but again, only grab like 3,000 or 4,000 pounds each. Don't take a lot. And we'll make the play as the lead element to see how aggressive these guys are going to be. So lead element will go ahead and establish a barrier, you know, somewhere out here, if possible, and leave, you know, a 30 to 50 mile gap to the various waypoints. I don't want to fly directly on the waypoints. we should have significant padding. Well, yeah, let's see.
So we're
what
basically going
happens.
to be a flight of 4, but kind of split into 2 elements.
Two elements. Yep.
Okay.
Again, I'd recommend Mark 60s as the majority. It's very unlikely this is going to come to a friendly merge scenario. Try not to. We shouldn't be delousing each other. I guess if you've really decided to take it to the merge, I don't want people disappearing into furballs and forgetting where the bombers are. You know, we're expendable assets, but we also shouldn't be throwing ourselves away into a furball. So I don't think there's the need to have sparrows tonight. Make sure that we're making these guys' lives difficult at range and leave. And make sure if you're the second guy or the third guy coming in, your priority is to catch leakers and keep people from getting to the bombers. So try not to get into the merge with these dudes. Shoot, make an effective strike, have your wingman shoot the next one, and just keep them away from the bombers. We don't need to necessarily nuke every single one. If he spends all 4 of his weapons trying to deal with you and has to go home, then that's just fine.
Yeah, what's like the threat range of a Jeff? Because I feel like I never play against him, so.
It's going to be pretty close to your own effective range, so about 40 miles. You can launch a little early at like 45 to 48, slightly nose high with a Mark 60, and the weapon should arrive and be lethal at about the same time. SD-10s do not get notched. They have had that benefit for a while. Kinetically, though, you can defeat them that way. Just get down into dense air. If you're up high at 36, a split S is a really good defensive maneuver for the SD-10. Bring it down to the 20s and then just do your 4-8 drag, 2 cycles of that. It usually will take care of SD-10.
And I'd probably also say, realistically, he'll probably start spotting you on his scope at, 50 to 60 miles out.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, depending on what we see, we might make the call to do like a cue ball break or something. What I mean by that is if they're coming in like a 4-ship and we just have an element of 2, I might make the call to send one of the weapons at like 60 to 70 miles just to break up their formation, make one of them go defensive, make it all easier to handle. But other than that, we probably, toss them around the 50-ish range, 50 or less. The Jeff is a fighter that the AI defends really well with. So we should not be expecting a 1-for-1 exchange on weapons to kills.
And something else I was trying to think, I don't know if Frosty did this or not, but they can carry the jammer pod, so I don't know if that could be a factor tonight. Something to keep in mind. There's the man right there, Frosty.
What's up?
Could you confirm nor deny that the Jeffs may be carrying jammer pods tonight?
They are not. I can tell you that.
We'd also be able to know. So if they had
didn't
them,
work.
Yeah. Well,
if they had them, it'll straight line us when we try and lock them. Usually the Jeffs don't fly with noise on, the AI Jeffs. They fly with the reactionary mode.
There was a few last week that were kind of throwing some issues trying to lock, but yeah, it necessarily wasn't hot the entire time, except for Vapor. He was the only one making noise at that. Last week.
I was just going to tell you guys, Arco, if you look at the bomber attack point, so their waypoint, I think it's like their waypoint 3, your waypoint 2, the tanker track is north to south, about 50 miles east of that.
Awesome.
So I just put it like, yeah, right in that area.
About like that. Ish.
Figured that was pretty central for you there once you get out to that range.
It's pretty good. How many birds?
So far, like, because I'm still in the mission, I just put in Arco 1, which is just a 135.
Oh, cool.
Oh, nice.
Even better. Okay, great. Thank you.
So that one should help you a lot more than a Viking anyway.
Yeah,
definitely.
Mike probably would have ran out of fuel by the time he got out there.
Yeah, I'd probably just crash. So.
Well, in that case, let's put the second element, go there and top off. Go ahead and run a try, and then we'll make a call on when the first element comes and decides to do the same.
Sounds good. Do we know who's in what element and who's flight leading?
I'm happy to lead on it. Who wants to be number 3?
I guess I can if I don't care. I'll do it. Sure.
All right. Red, you want to fly 2 or 4? Up to you.
I don't care. 2's fine, I guess.
All right, and Viking will be 4. Cool. And then Fant, where do you want to slot in? And or if anybody is super hateful at Jester, let us know.
Well, I'll just go ahead and stay in your back seat. That way, if we're lead ship, then I can, manipulate the radar a little bit better than Jester.
All right.
I say we just, pass Fant around, share him, share the talent, spread the love.
I don't know if I'd call it talent.
I think it's pretty good.
That'd be funny if Fant is like jumping back and forth between the elements based on who's attacking. Okay. So, yeah, if you're in the number 2 position or number 4 position, definitely be familiar with low scan. With Jester, it's 50 at 15 in RWS mode. That'll give you the biggest scope of error. And it's essentially from the deck at, I think I'm just looking at the chart here, it's 22 miles deck to 64K at 100 miles. So everything in that cone you're able to detect in low mode.
50 at 15. Okay.
Yep. I don't expect them to do that because they don't have IR weapons only, so I would expect them to.
I think we'll see them coming from.
Come high, yeah.
We've got AWACS, so.
And I don't think they're going to be up that high either. I think they probably spot them at like 20,000, 25, nothing over 30. I would expect.
We'll see. Usually the Fox 3 AI in the last couple patches is pretty aggressive with altitude and energy management, so. When they at least go into their attack run, they're going to punch the burners and get up high and toss those things.
True, but what's the distance from Galagos to the bomber attack point? Just want to see what the gap is.
180 miles.
180, and if we 146 for Grande. Theory.
I'm just kind of wondering what the AI is going to calculate their turn back point is. Well, they usually don't. I mean, obviously AI will run out of gas before they even get back to base. That being said, I don't know. Maybe he's got them laden down with triple tanks or something.
I mean, if they've got 2 tanks and all they're going to do is send SD-10s, they can go pretty far. I wouldn't be surprised to see them coming at equal altitude to us and like 1.2 with the cans on. I don't think they're going to be doing any sort of crazy Mirage stuff at like 1.7, but...
If only we had the J8s in game. It's gonna be a fun plane, but again, no Fox 3, but it'll still be very dangerous.
All right, any questions as to anything else we're doing?
Not really.
Guess let me pull up the mission file. Actually, no, wait, is all this stuff plugged in here? Yeah, it is. That's good.
Yeah. I don't know if he's updated the frag. The only thing that's missing would just be,
yeah, the Arco.
Yeah. But that's on the
Let's
the
check
ATO.
the ATO for that. Did he finish it? Yep, Arco 42. So it's all 42s. 242, 42 X-ray.
Be nice and dark on the ship for at least the first hour of the mission.
All right, so yeah, element 2 is going to go straight for the tanker. Top yourself up.
You want to fly out there together in case something from Rio Grande comes?
We'll make that call live.
If anything comes from Rio Grande, like the Hornets will be intercepting that, won't they?
Well, they would at least see it, and I think the AWACS would be likely to pick those sort of things up.
That's true, yeah.
Also, the lead group, if I erase all these things, lead group is going to be essentially vectoring like this. So we're going to pick a point that's 50-ish miles west of the attack point and just try and get up there and sweep. Our radar can easily cover the angle off over here, so no problem with us detecting anything. So yeah, we'll just make a call once we're in the air, but for you guys, just beeline it to the tanker in element 2. Element 1's going to head straight to our sweep point. We need to call you in, we will. If anybody's got less than like 2 missiles on board and there's a pause in combat, let me know, because we might make the call to send you home and get more sticks. Yeah. I don't know how much of a alpha defense they're going to like put up or something. All right. Shall we pop back up?
Yep.
Cool. Hey, everybody.
Yeah.
Talking about the new balloon.
Yeah, there's one over Montana again.
Right now?
Yeah.
Damn.
99 dim sum balloons.
Yeah, they need to find a different way to shoot them down with like a fucking laser or something. Airborne laser. What do you think about it? That balloon is super cheap to make, and they're fucking launching these like super expensive weapons.
Or you could rationalize it as training.
Yeah.
Instead of an F4, you get a balloon.
That's not a bad way to get rid of 9Xs that are close to the warhead expiration point.
Date, yeah.
I mean, fuck, they still use 9 mics. Why are they launching 9Xs?
Well, 9X is image recognition, not heat, because the balloon doesn't make heat. You got to use an X.
I forgot. I forgot about that.
Yeah, like it's IR spectrum, but it's not going towards the heat source itself. It like
It's
looks at
IR
a
image scanner or whatever.
exactly. It like learns by looking and correlating with the radar. It gets an idea of what the thing looks like, and then it just kills whatever looks like that.
That's why they're so confused on why that 9X failed back in 2018 or 2017 over Syria. Because he launched a 9X at it and it missed. So he shot down with a 120.
Good enough.
Yeah.
Who's the Southern Hornets Charger? Yeah, Charger. Oh, they're still down there briefing stuff. Might drop in there for a second. I'll be back.
Right about 130 or so.
Hey guys.
Hey, what's
Yo.
up?
Would you guys mind doing Lance a slight favor as you run in? You don't have to change your attack plans at all. But as you're going in, would you mind just poking your radars to your northwest and see if anything's coming out of Rio Grande?
Sure.
And no worries. If you don't see anything, you just say we didn't see anything.
Okay, cool.
But that's all. We just figured that if Rio Grande is going to go straight at the bombers, I mean, they're going to have to fly close to you. At the very least, you're going to have nails.
Okay, I'll you know, let you know.
No worries. Thanks, guys.
Yeah, no problem.
Let us know if you need help. I mean, if they aggro on you, might be able to send a ship out and at least help out.
Rio Grande. Okay, let's see it.
It's the. I think the northern base is Rio Gallegos and the south one's Rio Grande. I'm getting it
Okay.
all fast backwards, but you know what I mean. It's Grande's the south base. It's the one closest to your target.
Good deal.
Thanks, guys.
All right. Yep, no problem.
I'm such a dope. I was streaming my black blank DCS VR mirror during the whole brief rather than the actual briefing screen. Don't. Oh well, at least I've got it up there now. Whoever these 4 viewers are must think that I'm a blind pilot.
They're just like, I guess this is like an audiobook.
There you go.
You have to visualize it in your head.
Hammer's just like, move over, Raven 1.
I was gonna say, like, is the dude that did all the Tom Clancy audiobooks still alive?
I don't know.
Like, if you ever watched like Fix Edit's YouTube channel, where he's doing the Red Storm Rising.
It's
series.
really good, yeah.
But he's basically using the audiobook version of Red Storm Rising from the 80s.
They're so gonna take that down sooner or later, so I'm making sure that I rip those to VODs because they're really well put together.
Oh yeah, he's done a lot of great work. But like, if you ever tried to listen to that audiobook, it would take forever. It's 34 hours long.
It's worth it though. I've gone through it a couple times in a few decades.
It's pretty dry. You really need nothing else to do.
For me, it's like if I'm driving long distance or something.
But make sure you don't get like the paltry 8-hour bridge version. You want to get the unabridged 34-hour.
Yeah, man. You gotta know everything about your man picking up dames in Iceland, right?
I just remember like the first chapter. Like I started it one day at work, and like from you know clocking in, well not clocking in so to speak, but just like getting to my computer, turning it on until lunchtime. Like I only got through chapter one, and I was like, damn. Like I like how I have the whole backstory of how this God, I can't remember what country he's from, but like the guys from the beginning of the book that basically shoot up the Siberian missile station or something like that. Um, but you get like the dude's like whole character backstory in a matter of like 3 hours, and it's only chapter one.
All right, if we're all in here, let's go ahead and take our 10 minutes to get set, if you need it.
Doing a briefing.
We'll do our 10-minute break and then we'll like quick brief before we kick off.
Okay.
It's funny you posted that, Shark. Like Audible is pretty good, but yeah, like trying to buy anything on there is like overpriced. So I just found someone that ripped that audiobook to YouTube, and I just have to write down my own timestamp every time I stop listening.
Yeah, I just pay for the membership. 'Cause, I mean, I do 2+ hours of driving multiple times a week, just to 2 hours driving just to go fishing. So I got lots of time to listen to books.
Wow, too many podcasts to listen to.
I used to burn through, I don't know, 20 or 30 audiobooks a year back when I used to commute to Miami for work. Because I'd have that time, I'd have the time where I was just coding, I'd have lunchtime. It's just tear through things.
I actually have 2 Audible accounts just to get the extra credits because I was listening to books so fast.
I'll listen to it, I'll listen to anything like Dan Carlin does. I mean that's just audio.
Yeah,
gold
his
right
stuff
there.
is great. That's yet another series that I make sure that I always capture it with my Overcast app and then move the MP3s over because he doesn't keep them up forever.
Oh, you can go to his website and buy them.
Yeah, you can buy them, and I donate to him, but like I still capture everything.
It's like the downside about Carlin is like his work is great, his presentation is almost above anyone else. But like on the flip side, like he spends so much time doing research, you have to wait like those long periods of time in between. But
he releases like two things in a year max.
Yeah. But like you can actually like listening from the beginning of like the Spanish-American War up to the end of World War II. I mean, that would take you a while, but it's worth it.
His World War I series is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So good.
Like I found like he took them off, or they're not on Apple Podcast. However, they're under Apple Music. The downside is you can't save your progress. So if you're listening to something again, you have to probably keep track of where you're at.
Yeah.
But it's still free. I thought
the Rise and Fall of the Third Reich is also amazing in the same line as Dan's stuff, and then it's like the Setting of the Rising Sun or something like that. That's similar.
Oh
it's
yeah,
fucking
that one
awesome.
That was pretty brutal. Ghost of the Ostfront was pretty good. That was his first foray into like long-term World War II stuff, and it basically just kind of covers Stalingrad.
Other ones I really enjoyed is there's a lot of really good biographies and historical accounts of the submarine war in the Pacific. They're really well written. Like Dick O'Kane's biography is fantastic.
I remember, like, I would listen to Dan Carlin's series on Caesar and Gaul when I was playing Rome 2 Total War. Perfect background to listen to. That way you can actually learn how to pronounce some of the people's names. Like what's that? Vercingetorix, I think was one of them.
Actually, if you want a good book, 1,000 Mile War, World War II in Alaska and the Aleutian Islands. It's kind of it's crazy. And it's actually not just about air power. I mean, it's Navy, and it's basically how the Americans fought the Japanese, and they never found each other. They really just fought the weather.
Yeah, like I just remember a brief story of that time where like the Japanese tried, deploying on like some Aleutian island, and it was like fogged over so bad, like they just never saw anybody.
Right.
But the training they did up there was freaking nuts.
All right, time to turn on the old helmet.
I remember there was a podcast. I mean, it's not active anymore. I think it was only active for a couple of years because they kind of ran out of people to interview. But it was like a podcast that Lockheed put out, and they that worked on obviously a lot of the Skunk Works projects. Pretty interesting. Basically, what it's like, I'm trying to think. It was who was the guy that took over for Johnson? Was it Ben Rich? I think he was the guy that took over, and they had a bet of on the stealth fighter if it was gonna work or not, and they just bet like a cup of coffee or something like that.
An interesting story. I don't know about it.
I mean, I think he obviously made it. A cup of coffee sounds nothing, but being able to say that you won a bet over Kelly Johnson, I think, was his obviously the biggest take home from that. Like he basically proved Kelly Johnson was wrong. So yeah, that was pretty much his biggest glory in life. I think it was just more or less like the fact that, like, well, Kelly Johnson had, ideas about the Nighthawk, but he wasn't in charge of, Lockheed or Skunk Works at that time anymore. He'd already stepped down. But the fact that they essentially built this plane using computer aided graphics. So I guess he was just more or less like he couldn't wrap his head around, like, how all these facets were really going to make it, stealth or, and almost invisible to radar. Because he was under the mindset of, we need something like the SR-71, but, even better, right? It's like it's gotta go Mach 6, and it's gotta even go higher. So that's like the way he wanted to go, and they're like, yeah, no, like, we have all this data and theoretical physics that say this thing is, gonna be, damn near invisible to, current radar standards.
Was it Johnson that went over there and and showed the Pacific boys how to operate the P-38 to get better fuel efficiency out of them, and ended up shooting down Fuck. Was it a 0 or was it? They ended up shooting down someone.
I don't know, but that definitely wouldn't surprise me.
He was supposed to be over there as a not an observer, but someone like showing everyone like, hey, I'm here to fly the way you all fly in this environment, and I'm gonna tweak the aircraft and find the best fucking fuel efficiency for y'all. And during one of the times they were doing a patrol, and it was a non-combatant ended up actually getting in a dogfight, and shooting down some Jap, at least one, and then after that they're like, okay, you're going back home. We can't have you in the fucking war zone.
Yeah.
Fuck, I don't remember those.
I mean,
How you use historically accurate language there.
I mean, like, it wouldn't surprise me
Thanks.
because Johnson probably would have been like, around that age where he actually could get up into a plane and do that. Like, I think, I don't really know many of the CEOs of large defense contractors that would be able to do that at that time. So it fits criteria anyway.
All right, should we go ahead and kick off pre-mission brief?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go ahead and start with Mustang this time.
All right. Mustang's going to be a flight of 3 F-18s. We're taking off from the Harry S. Truman, and we're heading up to Caliente to disable a runway and then take out some targets of opportunity, and then going down to Rubio Turbio, and putting a couple bombs on their runway, and then we're going to go home. And we will be on 251 for TAC, 118 for interflight, and that is Mustang complete.
Nice. Let's go ahead, CUDA then.
Cooter, flight of 1 F-18, doing the EWR. What's the range from the EWR from the airport? Can't remember.
Not exactly sure, to be honest.
No. But yep, we're gonna strike that, and then I'm gonna be limited on air combat, but should be fine.
Yeah, you can always call in Mustang if you need it. So.
Yeah.
Good luck, soldier.
By the way, if you follow the waypoints, it is 186 miles to get there.
Oh, pardon me. Okay.
All right, how about Raven then?
Raven's a flight of 3 Harriers taking off from the Tarawa on the west. Going to strike Army Camp just across the border from Guanaco, and then strike at Talween, the runway and fuel depots and everything there. We'll be on 128 and 251 for the western AO. Raven complete.
Okay, Charger.
Yeah, Charger's a flight of 3 F-18s taking off from the standby, because
Teddy.
my sheet, Teddy. We're going to be carrying an initial loadout, 4 SLAM ERs apiece. We're going to launch them from range at pre-brief targets on the airfield. And then we're going to fly back, land, rearm, and take a more fuel-loaded loadout to push into the AO, get a BDA on what we hit with the ERs, and bring the JDM to 31s to hit the runway and mop up whatever else may be there. And that is Charger complete.
Nice. All right, end with Lance then.
All right, Lance is a flight of 4 Tomcats taking off with a Teddy. I think we're going to need to do a coordinated login, most likely, for the Charger guys, so we can coordinate that before we step into our individual channels. We're going to be taking off with one element going west of the bomber attack point by about 50 miles and doing a sweep, expecting JS-17 or similar threats out of Rio Grande and Rio Galejos. B52s will be flying in from roughly the position where the Teddy is to a strike point that's east of Rio Galejos by a couple hundred miles. Our second element's going to be going to a tanker that's slightly east of that bomber attack point to top off their gas, and we'll be making some quarterback calls about where each element gets deployed to try and fend off any detected strikes. We'll be using the AWACS in the east on 251.5 and the tanker MPRS in the east, which is 242 and 42 X-ray. Returning to the Teddy when air picture is clean at the end. Lance complete.
Awesome. All right, I think that's everything. Just go have fun. Show the Argentine Army and Air Force we mean business in this. And if we want to do the coordinated thing, I don't know if Dart, if you can start the mission paused, if we want to do it that way, or if you guys want to do it any other way.
Yeah,
I'll let you guys in that boat coordinate that.
yeah, I tried last week, and the damn thing set the manual, but it didn't really care. It just started up whenever. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
Let's it can run live, and we will just make sure all 14s are on the deck first before we.
I can do it in the text config too or whatever and force it. I don't know. Do you want it to start paused? Because I can like make sure it does for sure.
Yeah, why not? I guess we slot the 14s unpause and then slot the 18s, right?
And that's usually how we do it.
Okay. Yeah, so we can do that from here, and then after we're in our jets, we'll drop down to our individual channels then.
Awesome.
Yeah. Servers, Frosty not Frosty, fuck, Spider. Jesus Christ, fucking losing my mind.
Seems like
Yeah. It's okay. It's normal. Trust me.
It's actually the same guy, anyways.
Oh.
All right, hold on. I just dropped it to. No, I just stopped it so I could just verify that the computer is set.
Okay.
Mode 0. Okay, it's launching. Should be paused. If it's not, they fucking broke it. It's not me or you.
No worries.
Yeah, I think they broke it, but in my opinion.
Well, we'll find out. So why don't we start trying to get into the slots then?
The web GUI. Oh, did you just restart?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
I just did it from the settings file, so.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. Is the server up yet?
I think we're just getting it started right now.
Okay. It's hot and paused. Hey, cool. It's staying paused too.
Spider just had to threaten it.
Configuration thing. Yeah.
I swear to God, I'll pour water on you unless you stay paused.
I was getting ready to start cussing this fucking thing out last week. I was like, you son of a bitch, what are you doing? Stop it. Yeah.
Also, update Raven's a flight of 4 now. So, just FYI. We'll do 1 smart munition per pylon, Frosty.
Oh, cool. Okay. Glad everybody showed up then.
Yeah, Cowboy wasn't sure if he was going to make it or not, but he's here.
Nice.
I think we all load in, and then
Well, we let
brief.
them slot in first.
Do we? I thought
Yeah.
that was only on the unpause thing.
No, they slot in first. Once they're all slotted.
Alright, well, if you're a Tomcat, call out when you're slotted.
Just on the pause thing.
I was just selecting it. I didn't hit briefing or nothing.
They really need to fix this thing.
Yep.
Or
Yeah,
kick the Tomcats off the deck. Fuckers.
It's only been up for how long? And we had to pay for it?
Yeah. Hook, line, and sinker. One's born every day.
We'll never learn.
No. Never.
Yeah, now look at my fucking bank account. Or just look at my fucking profile on DCS. What how much fucking bullshit I bought.
Okay, Lance 1 is slotted.
Lance 3 slotted.
Rio slotted.
4 slotted.
I don't see a 2 yet.
Brad, are you slotted?
I'm stuck on NetSim post start.
Dude, that seems to take forever.
Game frozen.
Server's paused right now.
Okay, two's in.
Good.
Okay, all 4 Tomcats are slotted.
Should be able to pause.
Yeah.
KT, you want 2 or 3, buddy?
Don't matter.
I'll take 2. You're more advanced in the 18 than I am.
I don't know about advanced.
Chief, turn on the ground power. Chief, connect ground air supply.
Oh fuck, it's not nighttime, is it?
It is. Well, come on.
Ground air supply is now connected.
Let me drag us down.
Comms check.
Request rearming.
I got you. Intercom, check my side.
Copy.
Clear.
Okay, right engine's alive, left engine's coming on.
So
You've got avionics power.
Delayed to start and it won't let me spawn. Is that correct?
Rearming complete.
Starting alive.
Alright, clear canopy. Alright, turning off the external power.
Chief, turn off the ground power. Chief, disconnect ground air supply.
Alright, I'll keep my tack in on the boat. And we'll use yours for 42 X-ray, but we don't need to set it right now.
Copy.
Lance 1, check in, radio check.
Alignment is good.
Escort contract 225.
Lance 4, I got you, but I got you on 249,500.
Say again, transmitting on the wrong radio?
It's correct now. Your prior transmission was on the other radio.
Gotcha. Chief, remove the wheel chocks. Last 30 seconds, 25.
Lance 3, 1 has you loud and clear. Alright, Lance Flight, we're going to try and use CATs 2 and 3. There were some bug issues with Cat 1 disabling some other cats for other people, so we'll try 2 and 3, and if not, we'll just shoot everybody from 2 if we can. One setting bingo to 6,000 pounds. Should be enough to run away and get home. Are we ready to taxi, Fant?
Yep.
Alright, get ready to taxi. Lance 1, taxi Cat 2, Teddy.
lights won't be turning on?
Check your light master. Okay, master reset, takeoff, trim is set, flaps down.
Master's green.
So frickin' dark, I can't even,
Last 3, taxi, Cat 3.
can't even get NVGs.
Really?
Lance 1, set cat 2. 2, 1. Yeah, it doesn't look like Cat 3 is responding.
Yeah, he's not.
Okay, 1's gonna get in the air and just try and shoot off whatever cats you can get off of. Alright, running them up.
Last one's going Cat 4.
That's new, the player comms. Alright, 1,000 feet positive rate, 300 knots. Leads airborne. Leads airborne.
Radio check. Gotcha. Yeah, Cat 4 is taking. Getting hooked up now. Copy, hooking up Cat 2.
Autopilot's set and we've got constant speed and altitude. Just wait until we get a little bit further away, we'll reset. Right, leads 10 miles, reset in the INS, and then we're going to climb out. Right, INS reset's complete.
Alright, all cords are punched in.
Okay, we're climbing out.
For some reason he doesn't want to send me.
Lance 1's clear of the carrier, pushing tactical 2515.
Did you salute and flash your lights? You got to flash your lights at night. Yep, I did both of those things.
Alright, clear left, coming left.
I don't see your wing lights going off, I just see your taxi light flashing on and off. That's probably the problem.
Man, it's so dark out there. I don't have any NVG response at all, no matter how high I turn the gain up. I can see the star field, but that's about it. Unless we're in the clouds.
I doubt we're going to see many clouds.
Time of day is it? It's like 6 a.m.
Just after 6 o'clock, yeah.
Alright, well, we get to probably do a case 3 on the way back, unless it gets pretty light.
2 hours from now, it should.
Lance 4 wheels up.
Alright, there's the bombers at 40. Go ahead and swap us to steer 2, and I'll keep coming around until we face it.
300 for tanker.
Coming right to steer 2, we're passing through 26,000. Gonna lower the nose a little bit. Also, we'll need RWS probably soon. Good to know the data link's picking up the bombers.
Yeah, you know, it'd be nice is if they actually modeled, you know, lighting on the knobs themselves back here.
You should have light rheostats on the right side. Is it not lighting those up for you? They should have backlighting.
Instruments, console. I mean, some do and some don't. It's just like the little knobs on the destination and nav mode TIDs are not lit up. Like they don't have that option.
Copy, Lance 4 is at the same.
Ah, gotcha. Might be dirty. Lance Flight, go ahead and say status and Angels. Contact 10,000.
Lance 3, I've got you on data link. Looks like you're just off to my 5 o'clock.
Ugh, so pitch black. Alright, go and level Angels 3-6. Pulling the power back. If you go to ground stab and hook the bombers, do we get a ground speed for them?
$460.
Nice. Lance 2, say status. Two might be stuck on the deck or something. Yeah, two's starting up. I'm not sure I wanted to send the strike if two's still on the deck.
Didn't think we had control. I thought it was going no matter what.
There's a radio button for me. That's why they're orbiting back there, is I haven't hit the radio button yet. Alright, so let's try this since we got nobody in close. Go to Pulse Doppler and 2-bar and see if you get any magnitude hits out there. And then after that you can try a couple scans, full width but only 2 vertical, and see if you get any magnitudes on regular pulse as well. We'll just see if we get it either way.
Yeah, that toggle my flashlight on and off so I can see what knob it is.
Yeah, I feel you.
I mean, yeah, you can see the backlight, but you can't see where the dial's at.
Gotcha.
Charger flight, 3 good ships checking in, tactical, heading to the south.
Lance has you, Charger. Good luck. Alright, so far fairly clear near steer 2. Lance 2 lead.
Go for 2.
2, what's your status? Are you able to get off the boat?
I'm on the cat now, about to shoot.
Copy. Let me know when you breach 10,000 feet. I think once he gets above 10, I'll go ahead and send the bombers.
I think that ship at 1,000 or at 10,000 is our. It's not our tanker. It shouldn't be that low. I think our tankers are right at 3,000.
That's our tanker. Yeah, he's at 14.5.
It can't be. Then what's that 3,000 off to our right?
30k to the
30,000.
northeast is magic.
Then why are there two of them?
To the east of us, those are our wingmen. That's 3 and 4.
Lens 4 passing through Angels 30s, currently 70 miles from Orco.
Okay. Yeah, I thought they were still way back behind.
Lens 3 is Angels 32, 85 miles.
Alright, nail 17. First of the day.
Yeah, it looks like the guy off to our right probably have 3 and 4 intercepted.
That's the tanker.
Are you sure? I mean, I'm second guessing. It seems odd to have him that low too.
Yeah, the altitude lines up with the brief and the attack ants pointing at him. Three and 4, can you do a IFF cross check on the 14,000 target in front of you? We think it's a tanker, we just want to cross check.
Copy, stand by.
Yeah, just confused when he said it was going to be a 135. But why have it that low?
Lens 4 has contact us friendly. Yep, 3 confirms.
Alright, we got any magnitude hits off the nose where those 17 nails are from? If you're not getting returns, just narrow the width and just saturate that area with 2 bars. You should find it.
Lens 4 is 45 miles from Orco, switching off tactical.
Okay, so it looks like it'll be about 30 minutes for the bombers to get from where they're at to steer 2. Just based on our ground speed and what they're doing. These bombers are actually moving pretty fast.
1-3.
Go for 1.
Do you want one of us from second element to tag along with you until 4 is, and have 4 go tank?
Proceed as planned to the tanker for the time being. I haven't sent the bombers yet. They're still orbiting.
3.
Ooh, contact. Nice. He won't have info unless you SCT him or Twiz him. Right now he's just a range hit.
Looks like he's a bit under us, but he's heading right for it.
Drop us in ground stab for a second. I want to see what that guy's absolute vector is. Interesting. Any IFF from him?
I'd definitely say that's not friendly.
1-5. Magic 1-1. Uzi 1-1. Request bogey dope.
And looks like he's climbing an altitude as well.
Charger, Lance.
Go for Charger, Lance.
Charger, we got a contact unknown about 140 miles west of the carrier. Sorry, scratch that. 200 miles west of the carrier. He's flowing closer to the U than us, likely Type 17.
Charger flight copies all.
I think he forgot to change the comms for the tank or the AWACS again.
Two lead.
Send it for 2.
Are you high now?
1-1. Uzi 1-1. Request picture. Sorry, say again.
Are you at patrol altitude yet?
Yeah, I'm at Angel 30.
Okay, copy. I'm going to send the bombers now. Two, the bombers are at 40k southeast of your position. Okay, let's do a quick sanity scan the other way, and then we can reestablish this guy. Also, turn off the launch zone. It doesn't actually work, and it lets us not see the absolute vector.
The launch zone is off.
That's weird. It's showing it. If I deselect the weapon, it goes away. So, all right, that's fine. Oh, we got a Dark Star comm.
Magic 1-1. Uzi 1-1. Request picture. Uzi 1-1. Magic 1-1.
Yeah, they're both on the same channel.
440 at 17. Uzi 1-1. 4 has nails. Jeb 17, 12 o'clock. No radar contact. Uzi 1-1. Request bogey dope.
Let's see if we can pick up the guys to the right. And don't forget your elevation. Anything from the basically our 2 o'clock, where the other nails is. Okay.
Let's switch to RWS.
Alright, let's do one super search and then we'll go back to twizzing the guy to the left. Two lead. Do you have the target west of you, about 160 miles, 20,000 feet, flow southeast? Yeah, from you, roughly 270 for 160 at 20. Can you flow to intercept that, please? Alright, where are the bombers? That 20k is pretty near Rio Grande. I think we're going to turn around for about a minute and then come back.
New contact. Way off the nose.
Copy. It's about 200 miles and second set of Grande on the deck, okay?
Yep.
Alright, we're going to turn around for 2 minutes. Lead scroll in retrograde for about 2 minutes. We had some contacts out of Rio Grande on the deck. And likely our set of Jeffs west steer to maybe 190 miles.
Contacts north of waypoint 3.
I think that's magic, yeah. Alright, 2 minutes is starting now.
Alright, force full up, switch in observation, right?
Alright, so the bombers are what, 160 away, the 40Ks?
120.
Thank you. What's their ground speed, do we know?
440.
Okay, so they're doing about 290 knots at their airspeed. Okay. Good to know. Alright, 30 seconds till we turn around. Two, we got you in link. We're going to do a right-hand turn kind of in front of you and to the north. Alright, coming about. Alright, let's see what we find when we come around. Expecting to see a bunch of things like 130-ish. 240 for how far?
Yeah, I'm right with you. I was adjusting the control binding, so I drifted a little right, but I'm right with you. Make sure your fuel switch is all the way up, or it's not going to be filling the external tank.
What's his absolute toggle ground stab? We'll see exactly where he's flying. This is why we don't have nails. He's away from us. Yep. Yeah, I do not want to piss him off early.
Copy, I'm with you.
Punch us back to 2515 because I think that Charger's going to be there, right? Charger, Lance?
Yeah, no one knows that the AWACS is not
Go for Charger.
Hey, Charger, it looks like our AWACS is also on 251.0. That's why we left this channel. Your 20K target is cold northwest of you at about 100 miles. Confirmed JO17. Yeah, copy. We're going back to 251.
for 140 hot.
Yeah, copy. Looks like those guys are fresh off at Grande.
Checking on its back. So you have no, we're going pretty slow. Pushing them up.
Lance Flight's now on this tactical. Looks like the AWACS on our side is also on this channel. What I don't want to do is aggro these dudes too soon. Because it looks like they're still in some sort of patrol pattern. Say again, you were stepped on.
Seeing two new contacts pop up not too far from that one I'm intercepting. They're 2 o'clock off my nose, maybe 120, 130 miles.
Yeah, Elite's got him. We're pressing. So let's see, bombers are due east of us right now. Those guys are like going towards Charger. Charger Lance, 2 ship northwest of you, 100 miles, 10,000 hot.
I don't know, it almost looks like an intercept on the bombers. They continue course.
The bombers are behind us at 40. The 3 south of us is Lance 2.
I see they're also at 40.
2 lead. We're going to go retrograde for 2 minutes, and then we'll switch around and you can follow us.
Oh, another set.
Yep, good call. That's got to be Jeff Group, yeah. Three lead. What's your refueling status?
3 and 4 refueled or stand by. About 30 miles from Steer Point 2. We've got you guys on scope.
Copy, you guys are back to patrol. Okay, hold at Steer 2 above 36. We got 2 groups, one from northwest of that at about 130 miles, and the other looks like it's intercepting Charger southwest of us. Lance 1's going to turn around in 1 minute. It's so crazy how fast that radar paints a picture like that.
Yeah, I'm beginning to have to count clicks in my head every time. It's a lot faster than toggling the flashlight on and on.
Seriously.
4-3, gonna level out here at 36,000.
Alright, 15 seconds till we come about. Lead fuel state 14.7. Two lead, we're turning around so you can head back east unless you're in close in the 17. Just try not to aggro these guys too early. The bombers are still about 100 miles from steer point, launch steer point.
Charger flight checking in on 251.
That's our friend. Alright, rolling out. Alright, level 38.9.
Well, one at, let's see, altitude still looks like he's looking at Charger. The other one, I'm curious where he's looking.
Lance
He's
3.
going north.
3 lead. 3, come to 320, intercept 2 ship JF-17, 20,000, flow east.
3, coming 320.
Yeah, we'll stick them up there. There's nothing in the middle right now, so then we can deal with the guy in the south.
Lost him. Let me see if I can get him under range.
I think they just went outside of our cone. We got the left guy still.
4-3, pushing up to mill.
3 leads, you got those guys on scope yet?
Negative.
Yeah, copy. Let me know when you pick them up, RWS.
Do you have anything on scope? Negative. Radar contact yet?
2 lead, will you come back to the west now and tell me when you pick up the 20,000 west of you? We might need to help our north buddies.
Sorry, say again.
2 lead, turn west and pick up Angels 20, flow east. He's your 270 for 100 now, hot.
Still nothing on scope. RWR is clear.
Copy. Lead's got you. We're going to get 2 on the southern group, and then we can turn and try and help you locate the northwestern group.
3, we'll keep you updated.
Yeah, if you're in a left orbit from Steer 2, you're going to pick them up soon. They're not that far out. I'm going to come north for like 90 seconds, and we can super search and see if we find them. Ugh, hope you didn't lose your lunch there. That was a bit wacky with the autopilot.
It's the thing about flying in the dark is you can't get sick.
That's true. Your spatial D is gravity only. There they are. Three lead. We picked him up again from steer point 2, 330 for 129 miles.
Copy, we'll keep scanning. Yep, got him on scope here. I just had to bump my TID range out a little bit.
Ho, that dude turned away from us. The south one.
Yeah.
To lead, the south group turned away from us again at 80 miles. I'm just trying not to aggro him. Bombers are almost to steer point 2, maybe 40 miles out.
Copy, 3's tally 2 bandits. Steer point 2, 330 for 106. My position, 16,000 feet hot.
Yeah, we got him.
Alright, lead's going to hand those off to you 3. Just don't close within 90 miles unless they're hot in the bombers.
Copy. Looks like they're actually cold now. We'll keep tracking until we're within 95-ish miles.
Yeah, A-firm, we don't want to aggro these guys early. Lead's coming eastbound again. Alright, let's find our bombers again and verify. 2 lead, don't close within 90 miles. Just try not to aggro them. The bombers are northeast of you, maybe 60. We're just trying to stay away from that.
4-3, I'm going to pull back the power to 96.
Alright, starting the timer again, 2 minutes.
Three's no longer got the targets on scope.
How far do you think those bombers are from the steer point?
Contacts are off to about 10, 11 o'clock.
Within 40. Could be even within 20.
Yeah, I'd agree. I think they're within 20. Yeah, there you go. You got a measuring stick on them. 20 miles.
4-3 coming right.
Right, lead reports that bombers are within 20 miles of Steer 2. Steer 2 is their launch zone.
Affirmative. 3 and 4, we're actually going to keep pressing. 4-3 coming back left. Copy. Contacts now to 10 o'clock.
Can we see behind us on data link?
3's got him on scope.
Damn, they're too far away.
Bang 325.
It's unfortunate.
All flights, Charger flight is checking off and tactical, checking on the carrier for refuel.
3 bandits are 90 miles out. Copy. Currently have 3 contacts.
Bombers are 5 miles from launch. Alright, copy. Don't proceed inside of 60. Alright, I'm going to come about to the right. Lance 1's turning hot again. What does our super search look like?
We're going to offset here. Decrease closure.
Sun's starting to come up, which is nice.
Close with bandit currently 85 miles. From we're going to offset 270. Copy, bandit to a hot, closing fast.
Oh, somebody's out there.
You want to lock up that 20K and see what you find?
Couple different options.
4-3, what's your closure rate on the bandits?
Looks like we're too far out for Twiz. Try and pick him up manual real quick, and I think that's the CV direction.
Copy, that's what I'm seeing as well.
Angels 30.
Position, apparently about 82 miles. Magic 1-1, Uzi 1.
I'm worried about the 2 o'clock at 30. That's them. 218 for 80. That's 16. I'm coming left at 218 to point at those guys.
Copy, that northern group has a higher closure rate. They're hot on us.
Lead 2, what's your position?
Lead 3-4 are 80 miles northwest, steer point 2.
Master, I'm on. Any IFF from those guys?
Nothing friendly coming back.
10 o'clock, yeah.
Copy. Zoom me out for a second after we come hot to them. I need to know where steer 2 is.
Copy, yeah, I see that. They're somehow inside it. Let's turn left here. We're going to retrograde back towards steer point 2.
3, this is lead. You got 2 Jeffs from the south closing Angels 30, 60 miles. Should be off the nose now, the group we had before. Do you have them sorted or no?
Stand by.
They just turned cold to us.
Affirmative, yep, we got them. They're hot on us. Do you want us to take a shot?
It looks like they're turning out. I can't tell. They're going back and forth.
Yeah, they're in our notch. Defend yourself if you need to. 2, watch southwest. There's another group of 2 that's coming from 20 from the southwest. Is tier 2.
Copy. 3's gonna Fox 3 on these guys, and we're gonna skate out to the east towards you guys.
3, this is lead. They're turning left away from you now. See if you can come back east. We've got them nailed if they turn to follow you, but they're not intercepting you right now.
I'm still showing hot.
Check the absolute vector. We're showing 330. Looking ground stab.
Copy, I trust you. 4-3, we're coming coming left. We're gonna head east.
Yeah, come left 060, flow out.
Units are now 4 or 5 miles. Copy, turn east.
Check the ground stab again, see if they follow.
Yeah, force with it.
We can kill them if they don't.
New bearing 080. Lead 3-4, just engaging, heading east.
Copy. We're watching them. They did not turn to intercept you.
Holding course at 353.
2 showing 2 groups to your south. One's pretty close.
Alright, slowly radar left. Let's keep an eye on these dudes.
About as far left as I got.
Alright, give me the ground stab again. I'm just trying to be really careful here.
Dropped off scope.
4, this is lead. What's your position?
4 is currently in combat spread with 3.
Yeah, shit. Okay, you guys keep flowing out. Two, where was the group you said was near lead?
It's maybe 100 miles to your south now, slightly southwest.
Okay, no factor. 2, come 300 and check to make sure the bandits behind lead and 3 are cold.
2, coming 330.
Just trying to place them as a backstop and just not aggro this stuff. If the missiles make it through, then we're good. Gonna climb back up. I was getting too low there. Uh, 3 and 4, go ahead and climb to Angels 40 so we can deconflict for 2 to scan under us. Copy. We got their nails behind us.
Magic 1-1. Uzi 1-1. Request bogey dope. Uzi 1-1. Magic 1-1. Bra 193 490 at 28,000 knots.
Two lead. What's the heading of the bandits that you're tracking behind 3 and lead?
It was about 085 last I saw it, but they just dropped. I'm only seeing them on data link now.
Yep, I think they turned out. We no longer have nails. 2, come east, and we're going to scan the group to the south at 90 miles. And 3 and 4 keep heading east. Okay, that's the group I think they were talking about.
Dark Star 1-1. Uzi 1-1. Request bogey dope.
Needs fuel state 11.7. Alright, where's that guy headed?
3 fuel state 13.2. 2-10-5. 4-14-9.
Alright, 2, go ahead and detach to the tanker. Go grab a few thousand pounds.
It's almost like an intercept course to our boat.
4-3, leveling off here, Angels 40.
Don't they have H6 bombers?
They do.
I mean, I'm trying to get IFF on it, but I'm not getting any kind of friendly return, at least.
Check it on ground stab again. Let's see where they're flowing to.
I mean, it almost looks like a direct trajectory to the boat.
Yeah, A-firm. Okay, let's press it. Go ahead and turn the collision mode on. Flight lead is investigating a 30K contact southwest of Steer 2 that's pointed at the boat.
I'm just double checking to see if he's changing vector.
No eyes on radar. The direction that's going to be going at 3, 4 o'clock.
Okay, we're perfect intercept now.
The only contact I'm showing in that direction heading west, angle is 40, looks friendly. Just going off data lines.
Yeah, copy that. We're getting one 210 for 64 miles hot to the boat.
Second contact. He's low.
He's also southeast of us.
It's coming from the boat. Is that Charger?
That's Charger taking off again. Charger, Lance.
Wonder if they pushed tactical.
Nail 17, 5 o'clock.
Put me back on the, yeah, I'm just trying to check the intercept here. Nope, he's getting close to us. Coming right for collision path. At 30 miles, we'll lock him up and put the camera on him.
Previous location you stated.
Alright, lead copies. We're moving into camera range of this 30K that's still flowing towards the boat.
Copy, 3 nails dropped off for me.
Our radar's at the ground, by the way.
Affirmative, I don't see him yet.
There you go, you should pick him up again shortly.
We're heading away from whatever it was.
Green 4, would you mind scanning north of Steer 2 to make sure nobody's pursuing the bombers out?
3 copy, turning north.
That's our friend. Alright, we got a confirmation of a hostile on our bearing. No nails, it's got to be Strike or an MB339 or something.
I lost him. The 339.
He's low, he's low. Scan low, scan low. There he is. Get him with Twiz Auto this time, and it'll keep. And you can lock him up, and Cameron Narrow will take a look at him.
Lock.
Okay, turning low. I lost everything. I can't see. Okay, I got a thing and a thing, but it's too dark for the camera.
Still pretty far out.
Okay, turn the collision mode off. We're closing at 20 miles. No nails from this thing yet. No camera.
This sucker's going fast. You can see his burner.
Okay, give me a collision heading again then. And give me the TID so I can fly it. Lance 1 commit southwest, steer to 28,000, flow northeast. What's his ground speed?
Bombers at 40,000, currently heading east.
385.
Okay, we're on intercept. Alright, 3, you've got situational command. We're heads down trying to prosecute this potential bomber contract. We're 140 from the boat. I'm going to prosecute this guy. Alright, we're still closing 400 knots. Alright, this guy's inside the red zone. We're gonna fire. That's 1 Fox 3 bomber, 28,000, flow west. Collision mode off. There's 2 of them, there's 2 of them.
Yep, it's Mirage.
I got the camera on the second one, the missile on the first one, pursuing the second one. Missiles Pitbull, locking the second one. Fox 3. Fox 3 times 2 on the second bomber.
So you can use fire on something?
Yeah, two bombers spotted here, flowing towards the carrier. We just engaged both. Splash 1. Splash 2.
3 got stepped on, say again. Coming west 260.
Okay, you got the radar.
Copy.
2 lead. Can you scan under me and make sure I'm not being followed? We think that's all of them.
Contacts 30,000.
Oh shit, off the nose. Hostile. God, they're so close. 20 miles, 30,000. We're closing these guys, aren't we? Yeah, we are. We've got 2 more east of us here we're pursuing in trail.
4-3, that's 17 nails, 2 o'clock.
That's a bummer.
Oh yeah, that's a big sucker.
Okay, turn the MLC filter off. Twiz auto forward, radar up. Or radar flat in like narrow azimuth. MLC filter's a switch in the top left of the hood.
Yep.
Alright, zoom the camera way in and turn the radar up. The radar is currently pointed down.
Camera's all the way in.
There we go.
Filter off.
Oh shit, they're jamming us. Okay, radar's mine.
I did have 2 contacts about 180 miles out.
Got him.
In that general direction, they were not hot, but I'm not sure if those were just.
Alright, Fox 3. Lead Fox 3, bomber.
2-17, 1 o'clock. Sorry, repeat. Now the nails time.
Fox 3 again.
Same direction, 1 o'clock. Copy.
What's up?
Let's turn like 300, see if we can find anything. You scan low, I'll keep my scans on normal.
Come on, baby, get there. I don't know if they're going to, but we're going to try.
Flight, be advised you're intercepting high altitude bombers around motor.
Fourth, I do have bandits on scope 113 miles. Does not look like they're hot though.
Shit. I don't think the missiles got there. I'm gonna try again now that we're at 5 miles. ACM switch on, Fox 3.
Is that this guy right off our 11 o'clock? Guns.
Sorry, say again.
Fox 2. Splash 2 H6J.
3, looks like we've got a 3 ship, currently about 100.
Alright, let's turn northwest and see if we can't scan.
Dark Star 1-1, Uzi 1-1. Request.
Copy that. We have a caution
Forest 3, what's offset here, 260. I don't want to chase these guys down. They're kind of far out.
Yeah, it's alright. It's the left fuel sump. We're okay. Just gonna pull the power back here while the sump gets refilled. We're also bingo, fuel state 4.
Yep.
Got 30 minutes left in the mission. Where's the tanker? Can you pull up that tech in?
Tech inactive.
3 lead status.
3-4 are about 100 miles west of Steer Point 2. We're coming down southeast now towards you guys.
Okay, copy. One's going to turn west and search south of Steer 2 for any follow-up.
Contact Jeff, 1 o'clock, currently 70 miles.
Yeah, I think it's going to be too far to go to the tanker.
Copy, V. Do you want us to commit?
Pull back to steer 2.
Copy 3 and 4, heading steer 2.
What was the bearing of those Jeff nails to you?
The 280, my position. I also have contact 220, my position, 77 miles.
Yeah, copy. Flow straight to 2. We're going to try and isolate targets, and then we'll call you to shoot on them.
Copy 3 and 4, pressing steer 2. Okay, report turns to 3, lost visual on it.
Yeah, if I'm reading that right, the tanker should be up our 3 o'clock, 75 miles. Maybe 10 miles closer to the boat would be at the
Copy, leveling off 120 for steer 2.
Alright, give me a super search over here. What I'm thinking we'll do is we'll search here, scan. Then we'll flow kind of between the tanker and the boat and see what we find. Alright, where are these 20k guys going? So far the fighters haven't wanted to play. Yep, they're cold.
Head 3, previous contact, 3 short patrol 17s, head west, about 250. 3 copies, I've got nails.
3 lead, the group southwest of you is cold again, so they're no factor to you. We're going to turn towards you and scan behind you.
Copy 3 and 4, continuing to push steer point.
I'd be more worried if anything else is trying to sneak in from the south.
15 miles west of steer 2.
Yeah, what I want to do is send 3 and 4 down there and take a look. Uh, 3, do you guys see anything that's south of us and or in the direction of the carrier that looks odd? Worried there might be more bombers going that direction.
Lead 3, stand by. We're going to turn that way and scan.
I'm not getting anything out here. I mean, I see the RWR, quite a few contacts, but they must be way out there.
Copy, 130. 3's got nothing on scope yet. Contacts are way out, approximately 200 to 300 miles. You think they're south of the carrier group? Northwest of the carrier group, low and moving slow,
hits 3.4 on the gas.
Copy. 3 and 4. We'll keep flowing 130. 2 is off the tanker and headed back your way.
Copy 2, we're heading that direction. Come south of Steer 2 and search south.
If you're heading the opposite direction of element 2, currently 4 to 5 nails, Jeff, north-northwest.
3 and 4, there's nothing behind you for at least 100 miles. It's like the fighters don't want to come play today.
Just advising you're heading into quite a few enemies.
Alright, 50 miles out.
From what?
Well, you're on the attack hand, right? With the tanker.
Yeah, I'm showing 82 miles.
42 X-ray. Attack can is under my command. Oh, there it goes. Updated.
Alright, lead's flowing to the tanker. Angels 4-5 going northeast. Put us on a collision for the tanker. Master arms off. Getting some good fuel economy up here today. Tanker's turning. Let's take another look at the strategic picture.
Magic 1-1. Uzi 1-1. Request picture. Uzi 1-1. Magic 1-1. Single group at Bulls 346. Fort 170.
Yeah, same one he just told us about. Boy, those Jeffs love flying low and just burning all their gas, eh?
They very well could have been just flying in circles out there too, because I had a group locked up, but they would never come within 100 miles.
Yeah, they definitely did not get aggroed. I mean, those bombers and Mirages were hot within 150 of the carrier, so they had to die, but they never actually reacted to us until the missile went pitbull. Alright, give me another collision on him.
It's on.
It'll only give us the vector in aircraft stab mode. Ground stab always gives the absolute heading. Yeah, there we go. I need to come right a little bit. Sweet. Alright, 3, this is lead. We're inside of 30 miles from the tanker, so I'm going to hand it off to you again. Let's make sure we don't have any bombers killing our carrier. Don't know if there might be another group from the south or something.
3 copy, we'll set up a orbit out here.
Alright, I'm going to start sending.
Alright, I'll push tanker when we get 15 miles out.
Copy.
Let's come left and head up north a little bit, just scan while these guys are tanking.
Arco 1-1, Uzi 1-1, request rejoin. Uzi 1-1, Arco 1-1, proceed to pre-contact at 15,000 at 280.
Radar contact. Alright, so we're only going to take up to 12,000 pounds.
Sounds good. We'll just need the. You want to get the 12,000, or you want to take 12,000?
Let me know when we get to 12,000 pounds and I'll disconnect.
Copy.
Leveling out 310.
5310.
Arco Lance 1 straight in.
Ready, pre-contact. Return pre-contact. Ready, pre-contact.
Alright, his lights are on.
Return pre-contact.
Come a little bit left, 290.
Return pre-contact.
Copy 290. 17's on RWR, but I can't find anything on scope other than a group of contacts 180 miles northwest of steer point 2.
2's got southwest of steer 2, maybe about 100 miles and change, correlates with nail 17.
Alright, we should be good now.
Copy, you said south of steer point 2?
Southwest.
There we go.
Copy, do you have a bearing from steer point 2 or from your position?
Steer 2.
Copy, I think I have one scope.
Wings went crazy auto sweep there. Let's try that again.
Copy, I believe I have them about 220, Angels 20 hot.
I went to hit 35, it dropped me all the way back.
Copy, 3's got them 121 miles out.
Yeah, copy, some contacts I'm looking at.
Starting 25.
4, you still combat spread?
Yeah, 4 is about 5 miles out.
Copy.
Leads on the hose.
Say again?
Leads on the hose.
I'm gonna offset a little bit left for an intercept.
Copy, what's your speed?
Speed is 0.89.
Alright, we're at 62.
Jester showing a hostile IFF on you guys.
Affirmative. 3's got IFF negative as well. I've got 2 on scope now. Fly to 2.
3, I'm confirming these bandits, 96 miles, currently 230.
3-4, that's correct.
Alright, past the 9,000.
Contact with 2 close, can't sort on second bandit yet.
Affirmative. I'll take the first shot. Looks like they're still hot. I'm gonna go left crank on this. We'll set up a pocket grinder left of me.
Start to get our vector in mind how we're going to go help.
Probably say at least 250.
Copy.
Alright, that's 12.
Full enough. Lance one off the hose left.
3's going gate, 76 miles. Join.
Okay, clear left.
Copy, 4 keep behind you. I'll wait till they separate after your shot and fire on the second.
Coming left 250. Are they pursuing the 16 guy? Alright, Lance
so.
one's back on tactical. We're coming back to you. You guys prosecuting the 16,000 guy? copy. We're 120 out and flown in to help you.
Looks like he's trying to make a run for that.
65 miles, still some not stored on Trail Bandit. 3, Fox 3, 60 miles.
I think it's a separate
Dude,
group.
set a shot on the trailer, I can think. Now we do have someone off our northwest.
Yeah, I see him. There's a guy, what is that, 260 at 40?
Roughly something like that, yeah.
Yeah, copy.
Tree's cranking left, 54 miles from Bandit. 100 seconds to Pitbull. Copy, 4 is still hot, 60 miles, trying to sort.
You guys have a second target southeast of you, 50 miles, flow west, 10,000. Scratch 14,000.
Could be.
Actually, wait, is that the S3?
It could be.
Lock it up. Let's find out. I 3 and 4 scratch. That could be the tanker southeast at 10. I have the tack in. Copy, good shout. Yeah, it's tanker there.
Oh, looks like Red killed the tanker.
3 is DC heading back to the west. Copy, yep, that's me. 3's in a right-hand turn heading up north. Copy, I'm turning back in behind you to support. Copy, 3's got nothing on scope. Radar's clean. And I've got visual on you 4. Yeah, I'm not sure what happened to that bang that I fired on. I missed one stupid, but he was turning cold. Yeah, I think mine missed too.
Well, that's not good.
JF-17, current heading directly in front of us somewhere. 3 copies.
Alright, let's, we're gonna go northwest and take a search. Leads flow and steer 2.
Copy, 3 will head back towards steer 2 as well.
Yeah, copy. We're about 8 minutes to knock it off, by the way.
If they're out there, they're pretty far out.
Man, I just can't trust the autopilot as far as I can throw it. Looks like those guys are almost 300 miles away. Alright guys, let's start heading back to the CV. It's about time for knock it off.
Copy 481.
You'll turn cold. We'll scan behind you until we're about 30 miles in front of you, and then we'll turn back to the CV as well.
Copy 3's pushing carrier.
He almost looks like he's turning in.
That's our buddy, I think. I think that's 3 and 4.
That's weird they're not showing up correctly on data link.
Well, there's no data link right now. The Haifu's on top. It's only us that can see that.
So they're just that far beyond the AWACS?
Yeah, right now Magic is almost 200 miles northeast of us. Charger, Lance.
Go for Charger.
Charger, what's your position? Do you guys need an escort home?
Negative. We're gonna be RTB here in about 2 mics, so we should be pretty good. Thank you. Two's leveling out. Angels 40.
Yeah, those guys southwest of us might be Charger, actually.
37.9. Charger 11 Bruiser times 4.
I don't know if they'd be calling Bruiser. They're heading the wrong way.
4 saddle right.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Visual.
Request bogey dope. Uzi 1-2, Magic 1-1, Bra 353, Fort 110 at 16,000 knots.
3's fencing out.
See if we can get a track on that group to the far north, and I think they're no factor. We can just go home. Three 5 for 100. For 1-2. That's the north group we just talked about. Alright, Lance Flight, knock it off, RTB. To your lead, if they close to 60 miles on you, go ahead and kill them.
Say again?
Two, I'm assuming you're RTB. Are those Jeffs following you home? Alright, copy. If the Jeffs get within 150 miles to the carrier, or 60 of you, kill them. If you want to lock them up, we can try and run those guys down. Got the gas.
Oh, which ones are you talking about? The ones at 3?
I think Angel's 40 southeast of us is 3 and 4.
So, I mean, I'm looking right now, like, the Singleton at 40 should be Bread, and then that should be Wraith and Viking down below, right?
1-2, request bogey dope.
No, it's tough to say. There's a bunch of people at 40, and we're all going back to the boat except one. Let's clear his tail real quick, just see what's there. Those guys are cold, I think.
Magic 1-1,
he's turning inland.
Yeah, copy 2. Lead with the scan behind you, and he's turned back to the mainland. Guy's pretty slow too. If we're doing 400 something and we're gaining on him at 300, dude's flying like 140 knots. I guess on a pure intercept, Data Link has this ground speed 349, but guess I'm bad at trig, eh?
Lead 3 and 4 are going to switch back to carrier freak.
Copy. Good luck.
Lance 3 and 4 switching off tack.
Charger flight switching off tag, switching to carrier comms.
Alright, Lance 1's turning back towards the carrier. Well, here's going to be a fun one for you. So we flow into the carrier, you could try and pick it up on pulse. We might as well tune carrier as well.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's really on tactical unless you need AWACS calls.
I think it's just us. I only see 2 there. Oh, it's us and Brad, that's why.
Alright, pushing carrier.
Lantone's pushing carrier.
Still nothing yet. Still pretty far out.
Steady descent here, and going to come right a little bit to line up for the carrier. Coming right in 3, 2, 1. And pulling back to about 9,200 RPMs. Leveling off 100.
Might be missing it because it's in front of you. It's not where the home plate symbol is. Might be, yeah, exactly.
Charger flights inbound to the carrier from the west. 60 miles, she'll stay 5.4. At Angels 40. That'll be fine. They'll be
Charger, Lance 3 and 4 are 4-8 miles from the carrier in the west. We're going to go straight into the pattern. You are free to enter after us.
Charger 1, copies all.
Come a slight left. And I'm pull throttle back to about 86 in 3 and 2.
State traffic, Lance 1 inbound, 100 miles, fuel state 8.4.
I think I got it.
We're hauling ass now. $80 miles, 6.9. I'll pull the burners out when we get to 5. Or if we get inside of 40 miles.
Hooks coming up.
Go ahead and switch to the boat data link. Should be able to.
Lance 170 miles, fuel state 6.
Charger flight 27 miles from carrier, approaching from the west, expecting case 1 arrival.
Charger, Lance, we got visual on you. Lance 3 and 4 are 12 miles from the carrier. Case 1 recovered.
Alright, out of burner, we're glad, fuel state 5.
I got visual. I'm going to come right a little bit and descend a little bit faster. Copy, still with you.
That's weird. It sounded like the data link's in the middle.
We're just too fast for them. They can't transmit to us. Lance 1, 40 miles, fuel state 5.
I'm going to switch those wings for the case 1. Oh, they've been having a slideshow down here all of a sudden. Yep, I'm getting the same thing.
That's weird. Like I'm trying to call into the boat and it wants us to do a case 2 or 3.
I haven't heard anything from the boat. Let me try and check. Yeah, getting the same.
Lance 3 in a break. Okay, traffic, Lance 4 in the break.
020, abort inbound, resuming mission.
Teddy traffic, Charger flight, commencing case 1.
Lance 1, 20 miles, 4.8.
Marshall 020, marking mops 297 418, Angels 41, state 4.8.
They give us a BRC yet? Ah, here it is, 337. Alright, time to get subsonic, and then we'll open those brakes and go on down.
Navigation assistance.
See, I don't get to see you at 10. It's like they want the commencing and all that bullshit.
Roosevelt, cap ball, 3/4 mile.
020, established Angels 41.5, state 4.6.
Roosevelt, red deck, red deck.
020, commencing, state 4.5, altimeter 29.93.
Green deck.
020.
Tow traffic, contact ball, 5.
Checking in, 9 miles. 020, approach, final bearing 335.
Lance 1 overhead, entering to stack 17. Moving down to stack 3.
Charger 1 in the break.
Looks down.
The frames are really bad down here. Still got a 3-wire. Very nice. Frames are shut down here, though.
020, checking in.
Oh, I got a 3-wire as well. I didn't even realize.
020, approach, final bearing, 335.
The carrier is giving case 3. Charger 1, basic final. Heavy traffic.
Lance 1 breaking the deck at 5,000.
Oh, these deck crew are gonna get railed. Yeah, it's case 1. Got it. Charger 1, 3, base funnel.
Abort inbound.
Horn above, 4.6.
Marshall 020. Marking mops 1907. 44. Angels 5. State 4.2.
Alright, getting ready to commence.
Bolter.
Needles live.
Charger 1, 3, ball.
Marking mops 166. 7. Angels 0.5. State 4.2.
Lance 1, 6 mile initial.
Charger 1, base to funnel.
Can you hear me?
Well, looks like Frosty put in some of our new ships. See if you can spot him.
Deck.
Ain't no way.
Just like that one off our side. 2 o'clock.
Hey.
Yeah, can you?
That's pictures of you, Hammer.
I'm still in the break here.
Red deck.
Lance 1 in the break. Alright, 3, 2, 1, break.
Green deck.
Tower 021. Overhead Angels 6. State 2.3. 021. Tower.
Gear flaps DLC.
021. Marshall 020. Marking mops 30741. Angels 1. State
Reciprocal heading.
3.9. Marshall 020. Marking mops 20143. Angels 4. State 3.9.
020, beam all down Tomcat.
020.
020 base final.
Whatever's happening as we were landing, my frames have totally gone back to normal. So mine have not.
Yeah, didn't even get a grade for that.
Well, we got a 2-wire, 30 seconds in the groove. But I think for my pattern, that's probably the best I've ever flown. At least, well, definitely in the last 2 years. Couldn't believe it, man. I rolled out and I was right in the chute, and that never happens.
So Hammer, it seems like you were the one who might have thwarted the attack.
Oh.
Hammer.
What happened?
Yeah, I think we can.
He caught the bombers.
I would say Fant caught the bombers. We just decided to kill them together. Well, I think Fant had a sneaking suspicion that wasn't a Jeff that was playing around. And it wasn't a tanker. It's everybody down, right? Yep.
Damn, I want some fucking crackers.
Right, logging out.
Give me crackers. How many?
Mic check.
Yeah.
Actually, for Lance, we want to tech view debrief down in Lance real quick.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah, sure.
It's all of us. Yeah, I'm sorry it was less than explosive at the start, but there's just no point in expending a whole bunch of weapons if they weren't actually attacking the bombers.
No, it made sense. They were all like 100 plus miles out anyway, so we would have to really go out of our way to engage them anyway.
Honestly, I was having the worst helmet fire of my life. That first, like, while it was dark, dude, it was awful.
It takes a while to get really comfortable, and you always have to cross-reference stuff. So your TACAN, luckily we had the multiple waypoints there, so that could be a tool. And using ground stab is like the most valuable thing because it tells you the
very helpful.
target's true vector rather than just their relative vector to you.
I was fine once I got off the tanker.
Yeah.
But
it happens all the time. You're like closing somebody maybe over their shoulder, and it looks like you're hot to them by 300 or 400 knots, but the reality is they're flowing at an angle away from you. So when you check your ground stab, you can find out.
Yeah, I did start doing that after you mentioned it.
Brett, did you have any a technical issue or something at the start?
Well, it just kept telling me flight was delayed, and it wouldn't let me spawn until the Hornets moved. I guess it thought my spawn slot was like the same one as a Hornet spawn slot.
Gotcha. Yeah, you did mention that at the start. I just didn't catch it in the startup because I had Discord muted out, and obviously you weren't in the game to talk on the radio, right?
Yeah. It's all
Okay.
good. We got it together.
Yeah. Well, I think we improvised pretty well. And it was a good shout, Wraith, to... The hell? Whoa. Something weird just happened on my side.
Mission accomplished. Nobody died, so I think that's a successful mission.
Can you guys hear me again?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
That was weird. Like, my whole computer locked up for a second. Anyway, yeah, good shout out to offer to detach somebody to us. In the end, we kind of knew that we could quarterback and just send you based on what we found.
Yeah.
I think these were the first guys we detected. So these guys were just orbiting up there all night.
You share a screen.
Oh shit, I wasn't. I think I need to restart Discord. That's the app that's unhappy here. It's weird. I closed it and it didn't close. WTF, mate. Task, ending task.
Sure, restart it.
All right, can you guys hear me again?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was Discord that locked up. Okay. Let's see.
Yep.
All right. I think this is the first group we got hints on. And we were holding the bombers, Brett, until you were kind of up and safe. So once you told me you were up there, that's when I let them go, and they started to turn towards the target. But yeah, these guys turned cold, and so we went and turned cold as well. This was a nice little spread here. So I was always triangulating off of where you guys were, the steer 2 spread. It was good to have you offset from us because then we could point your nose at something while we went away, and then vice versa, like hand it off back and forth to you.
Yeah,
I think that was
we did a
helpful.
good job covering all the scanning sectors or whatever.
Yeah, and these guys just, we never really got too close, and the bombers right here got their cruises off. Initially, we couldn't see the cruise missiles on data link, but I was drawing a mental line between these guys and the target. I actually believed that these Jeffs had turned to intercept the cruise missiles. I was incorrect in that statement, or in that belief. But at least we didn't aggro them in advance. I think here, Ben, you want to walk us through what you kind of first saw when you were getting the sniff on these guys?
Yeah, trying to really best play it. I mean, you basically alluded to what really set them apart from everything else, being ground stab, being able to vector just, their flight path, and then using that to cross-reference, where our fleet was. Obviously, they were not on a path we had been seeing current flights, so just being able to track them and show them the different motives really what kind of gave it away.
Yeah, I think my initial thought was, oh, that must be the Hornets coming back from strike, but then when you pointed out kind of their angle being a little bit further north than that, I was like, oh man, Van's probably right here.
That and a Hornet's up that high. I mean, it's not uncommon, but it just didn't.
Yeah, it's rare.
It didn't pass the smell test.
Yep. So we used the collision mode here to calculate the intercept, and then we got close enough. My original idea was, let's put the camera on them. Well, it was so friggin' dark, the camera didn't see anything. And as I was trying to keep eyeballs, Fan, did you identify them with the camera eventually?
Yes, I mean, there was one thing you could see, was this giant cone of flame sticking out the back, which again was not very common, especially when you think of a Jeff, right? Like I wouldn't think of a Jeff just in a constant burn.
Yeah.
And then the profile, even though I couldn't tell what it was, I mean, I know the Jeff silhouette, and it definitely wasn't one of them.
Yeah.
But
anyway,
at one point, I think when you're trying to VID them, I think even that it kind of did look like a flogger from a side profile in a way.
Yeah, I mean, all I know is, I was focused on these guys and our tack end to the boat. Select? I should be able to. Oh, weird. Oh, sorry. Yeah, once we got inside of 150, I just thought, well, we did our fleet defense training 3 months ago. 150 is the red line, so I decided to kill these guys without doing any more identification. So we were able to down these two pretty easily. And almost immediately after, I saw the contrails. So these dudes in front were leaving contrails in the rising sun. And so we turned into them and just chased them down. The crazy thing was, I was hoping to send a Phoenix over top, and I've actually done some pretty long rear aspect shots like this, but then they jammed us. In our Twiz solution, they had jammers up, so all the missile had was home on jam. It wouldn't climb, and this first shot here at 14 actually does not make it. It peters out. Oh, I didn't realize it would be that close. Wow. It just barely petered out.
Yeah, I mean, granted, those things are 60 years old, maybe at this point, but they were hauling ass.
Yeah, for being up as high as they were, yeah, their true airspeed was high. This one, not really sure what happened to him. didn't go active. But the next two shots, we got really close for those.
Do they make it within 100 of the boat?
Let's see if they did. Yes, they did.
Just wondering at what point does the fleet start firing?
I don't know. I mean, if they launch the capabilities of their cruise missiles, YJ-12, yeah. I mean, effectively they would have killed us if it was a max range type of shot. But still, they died. And while we were back here, I think you guys were fencing with these other guys. So did you want to walk through any of this, Ray?
That's I was picking up intermittent things on the ground. That's what I guess that's what I saw. Were those freaking cruise missiles?
Nice. Hey, look at that.
What did my missile do there?
It got notched.
By a tanker?
Yeah.
Yep, it did.
Oh
right
wow.
Here.
I guess if you can kind of silhouette against the water, you got a chance.
How the fuck?
I mean, this is DCS things. Is what it is.
That's not. Oh my god.
Whatever. He died.
So when,
Oh, good. Bread got him.
Good
yeah,
job,
I
Brad.
panic fired on that because when you fired, when your missile went pitbull, it was trying to turn to dodge, but to me it looked like it was turning hot on me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my god, I'm like, it's about an ET range. And then when the kill feed came up and it was a tanker, I was like, oh, I guess I wasn't in danger.
Yo, Brad, the taxpayers aren't going to be too happy with this one.
When are the taxpayers ever happy with anything I do?
I feel like I either need one missile or 2 planes worth of missiles.
And Wraith Viking, how was your approach and other things?
It was good.
With the
Yeah, it was
18s
good.
coming.
Yeah, it was fine. I mean, I saw him coming down, and I figured we'd get there before, and we did.
Nice.
That ship confused the hell out of me, because I was expecting it to be 1.25 or
Yep.
1.5 at the most, but it was like 2.
Yeah, it was pretty far out.
So I was like, oh, But approach was good. Slideshow in a little bit there.
Yeah.
Whenever I was looking at the carrier, but I
Yeah,
think me and Viking both 3-wired, so.
Very nice.
Think something happened to the boat where it's like it never got switched out of night operations somehow. Like it.
I mean, even when I was taking off, my frames were really bad.
I think that's just a DCS thing. I think I've noticed, like, however the mission starts, if it's case 3 when the mission starts, even if it's daytime when it ends, it still does case 3.
I keep advocating not to have missions where it transitions, but still.
It's still so cool to see the sunrise, though. I mean, that was chasing those bombers in the sunrise light was pretty awesome. All right, well, let's jump up and join the guys. They're all finished. Cool. Hey, guys. We're done.
Fuck me, goddamn.
We just wanted to verify some of our biases and check our Tomcat privileges down there.
Nice.
Did it go?
All right. Well, I guess we'll go ahead and start off. Let's do the same order. I guess we'll start with Mustang for our debrief.
Alright, Mustang's flight of 3 F-18s. We were tasked with disabling a couple runways and some helicopters and a fuel depot, and then target of opportunities. We got up off the boat, did our long flight into our first objective. Got hits on the runway, didn't see any additional units on the ground, even though TACView says there was. As we were coming to the end of that part of our mission, we had a flight of Jeff's come in on us. So number 3, Frosty, turned around and got one of them and chased the other one off. We proceeded to our southern AO, got our bombs on the runway to take it out. took out 3 helicopters and a fuel depot. Then we RTB'd back to the boat for a very dark Case 3 recovery, and all 3 ships landed just fine. And that is Mustang complete.
Nice. All right, Kuda, how did the EWR strike go?
CUDA, flight of 1 F-18. Well, I had to figure out a good loadout, so I took 2 Mavericks and a 2,000 pounder and rode Ugly Bubble. That was fun. And then egressed in. Forgot to put my night vision on. Maintain 8,000. Finally got up there, took out the 2 HQs. Didn't realize there was a third one. But I tried to hit the radar site with the 2,000 pounder, but bomb went off target. Cause fuck me, I guess. And then did a gun pass on. I got took out by the Zoo 23. So, and that didn't go back up. Could have done.
All right. Raven, how did your night go?
Yeah, Raven was ended up being a flight of 4. Cowboy was able to join us. We were tasked with taking out the army camp or army base and destroying Tolhoon. We were both able to accomplish both of those. As far as I think good things to point out. I think we learned lessons from last week on like calling out targets and having separation, and did a really good job. Everybody had I think good rhythm on taking out targets, was pretty consistent on hitting everything, and that led us to have plenty of time to hit both objectives. There were a couple crashes at the airfield. It's a little short strip and stuff, and there were units on the runway that caused a little bit of problems. But other than that, no other damages or casualties taken. And overall, I think it was a really great flight. So Raven complete.
Excellent. All right, Charger, what happened with you guys?
Charger flight of 3. We went up with the idea of launching the Slam ERs at range, coming back and landing, rearming with JDAMs, and then going up and getting some BDA and finishing the job. Unfortunately, we got up in the air and it was got all of our ordnance off, come back, and by the time we got on deck, it was about 30 minutes to knock it off. So we called an audible. We went with a couple more Slam ERs to try to hit the runway with and do some additional damage. We got some really good hits with the Slam ERs. The fuel depot is pretty much destroyed, leveled. The ammo depot or the ammo bunkers to the northeast side of the airfield are destroyed. I put 2 Slam ERs into the parking area. I don't know how many planes I got with that. And we got a couple on the runway as well at the end of the night. Things I would probably change. I probably wouldn't have gone up with the Slam ERs looking back on it. And I would have probably thought a little bit more about the use of the JDAMs instead. Just to get better destruction on target and actually get some BDA without knowing what we really hit. It's overall, I think it was definitely a mission success. Like I said, the carrier was coming back to it in the dark. Definitely not a strong suit of us. Case 3 arrival is it's different than the normal Case 1, so that's definitely a point of interest to probably work on. We just don't do a whole lot of night missions overall, and I think it's very disorienting. I think everybody here can attest to that. At night, different when it's dark and you have no visual cues where anything is. You're 100% reliant on the instruments at that point. So it's probably good to touch up on that more often than what we do, just to keep ourselves a little more adept at flying at night. Other than that, I thought the second recovery back to the boat was great. We had a lot of, well, not a lot, but we had planes in the pattern. There was great spacing. I think everybody was calling in, knew what they were doing. So the case 1 recovery was 100% A+ on the boat at the end of the mission. Really good job, guys. I think that couldn't have gone any better than what it did. So, and that's it. Charger complete.
Nice. All right, go for Lance.
All right. Lance was a flight of 4 Tomcats, 1 with a Rio, 3 Jesters. Had a slight issue getting off the boat. Brett was caught up in a wait to start type of bug. So we got the other 3 aircraft off the boat because I didn't realize there was a command to send the bombers because, flight leads don't read mission briefings apparently. And so I hustled us off the boat just to be in the air, assuming they were on a time on target type of schedule. We sent 2 aircraft, 1 element to the tanker, and once we realized there was a F-10 command, I basically just waited until Brett was in the air to send the bombers. A primary goal was just to discourage anything from getting close, but not actually to start a fight unless someone pressed a bomber. This didn't happen. We had a couple of, 140 mile to 100 mile close calls with a few different Jeff groups that we thought we might aggravate if we went too far inside of 100, but none of them ended up vectoring on the bombers. So we kind of just held position and made sure the area that the bombers were going to fly and the cruise missiles were going to fly was clean. We did have a interesting call with some Jeffs that looked like they were intercepting the cruise missiles, but after some tense discussions, I think the closest we got was like 60-ish miles because they were hot on 3 and 4. We backed 3 and 4 away and noticed they didn't turn to follow, and that was the end of that. They left us alone. Coming off of that, Fant did a great job and got a sniff on some targets that didn't seem to be in the right area. They were kind of far away for IFF. They were flowing in a direction that was towards the carrier, and so we had to try and figure out, are these the Hornets coming home, or is it somebody else? Did some trig, plotted a pretty good intercept using the tools that the Tomcat has, and we were able to get to where we could identify them on camera as 2 Mirage F1s. We downed the F1s, and turning towards the boat to see if there were any others, we saw some contrails also going towards the boat. Turned towards those and chased them and destroyed them. We did at least follow the rule of if they're inside 150 from the boat, kill them. So that's a positive. That's why we shot as early as we did on the F1s, even though the ID was kind of hesitant, it's tough in low light. But I don't feel like we killed the front guys early enough. They got to 89 miles, which is pretty close for DCS. But in general, they died, right? They didn't make it there, so that's a really good positive thing. Wraith, Viking, and Bread did a great job of holding the AO down while we were doing this. They ended up killing an Argentinian tanker that strayed a bit far east, and pretty much kept anybody from bothering charger flight. So worked out well. We didn't start a major escalation. The Jeffs never aggroed and came east, and then we had what I thought was a pretty good recovery, having a couple of our elements merge into charger and do some case 1. I also think pretty much 3 out of the 4 of us had pretty smooth in-flight refuelings as well, so thanks for the tanker. All in all, had a good time. Lance complete.
Nice. Oh, the B52s, their strike was successful as well, so that was great. I don't know if you got to see them launch. I don't think that would have been pretty cool to see if you were able to.
No, we weren't that
It was
close to
dark
them.
as hell.
Yeah, it was dark, and we were trying to stay way out in front of those guys, so we didn't get to see them actually shoot the weapon.
Well, I'll say that you intercepted the bombers, probably within like a 15, 20 mile range of when they were going to launch in the carrier.
Well, I'm glad they're
It's
dead.
very close, yeah. Thankfully, I gave them the shorter range, like anti-ship missiles, so you had a lot more time to intercept them. All right, well, we go to part 3 next week, and we will see how Argentina and possibly China react to the developments today. Hopefully it was fun flying out there in like literally pitch black, but I know that's like a little crazy sometimes, but I think it also, like kind of like Dart said, is something that we just need to go through sometimes too.
Great mission, Frosty. Thank you. Good fun. Good mission.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Thanks for the mission.
Yeah,
no
thanks,
problem.
Rusty.
Looking
And whoever's
forward
watching
to
the stream, we're going to go ahead and
episode
shut it down,
3.
and we'll see you next week for episode 3. Have a good evening.
It'll be in the daytime at least, I'll tell you that. Or at least the sun will be up.
I don't mind.